Hi, everybody. Welcome to Northwood Farms Vlog entry number 186.
We think.
I think, pretty sure.
Yeah. And I'm Emma.
I'm Kip,
This is Vivian.
and it is February 2017. And what's the difference now?
Well, we have frogs piping up.
Frogs. No
snow.
no snow, no ice.
Hooray.
Lots of rain
Bear
and lots
head.
of frogs. Oh, yeah. No hat for you.
Loving
Pretty
it.
nice. It's pretty nice. And the frogs
And,
are loud.
But the most important thing. The most important thing of all is that we have daylight until after 6 p.m.
Oh, that is good. I do like that quite a bit, actually.
Yeah, that's it. That's the whole
That's the one.
enchilada right there. Yeah.
Enchilada. Okay.
Yes.
Okay, so I want to talk about what we've been talking about a lot, and it's the behaviors and their habit forming and the small capture pieces.
Yeah, well, and one of the things I would just say is, you guys all know I'm all about creating momentum and really obsessed with behavior modification, not just in horses, but in us, and creating momentum. Well, being stuck for 2 months, really, with the weather,
Right.
kind of brings everything to a bit of a standstill. And it's really interesting to be recreating the momentum that I had going at the end of last year that kind of just got cut off. So realizing that we have a finite amount of willpower in any given day has really helped me a whole bunch. It's something that I was introduced to a couple years ago, maybe.
It's been a few years, yeah, for sure.
The idea that you don't just have an unlimited amount in the day. And my recent hypothesis is that you cannot actually grow the amount of willpower that you have in a day.
So willpower is finite.
Yes.
And so what do you do with the willpower that you have?
Yes, and why do some people seem to have more willpower than other people?
That's right.
And I think that the answer is
Habits.
yes, that we use our willpower to create habits, and then really you have the ability to stack as many habits as you want.
Habit stacking.
Habit stacking, exactly. So you start with one at a time, though, because you only have so much willpower to create a habit. This is why the horsemanship challenge so important, and just doing a little bit at a time. And let me tell you what, right now, Viv and I are behind, quite behind for anything that I've experienced. And just knowing that it's just the little bit at a time that will add up to being back in the saddle again.
Oh, man. That was bad. That was a bad pun. Okay, so let's break that down even just a little bit further, because when you're talking about forming a habit and you're talking about the thin slicing, right?
Yes.
Because you can take too much on and try and form too many habits at the same time. And that actually, it zaps your willpower way too fast.
Yeah, yeah.
So you got to thin slice the individual things, and it's very, very small. And it goes back to your lead lag indicator thing that you like so much.
That I love.
Yep. So your lead indicators and your thin slicing of what do? You got to break it down to the very smallest thing to form that habit.
Nancy Rogers says the gnat's ass.
Oh, well, that's a common term. It's very technical.
I think it's so cute.
It's
Wouldn't a
very
little
technical.
gnat have a cute ass?
Oh my.
They must have a cute little bum.
Yep. So when you think that you've got it down to the smallest detail, you're really probably not even going small enough. Like if you start to do an exercise regimen where you're going to say, I'm going to walk 5 miles in a week, every week. Well, maybe you start with just getting on the treadmill for 5 minutes, right? Or something like that.
Anything that you can do consistently. But I think here's one thing that I think happens to people, because I know it happens to me, is we get to a place where we want to make a change. So then we look up and see all the things that need to be done to create that effect that we want. And it can be a lot of stuff. And the more excited we are in that moment for something to happen, or the more we can see our way clear to stuff happening, the more overwhelmed we can be, and we want to get there as soon as possible.
Right.
Not realizing that because we only have a little bank account for our willpower, we can only change so many things at a time.
Yeah.
One or two.
Yeah, small.
That's
One or
the
two
thing.
small things.
One or two small things consistently, and then what happens is they come in out of a place of just not even part of your life at all. You use your tiny little willpower account to create a habit, and then those can go into the habit stack. But really, they can only come and go at a certain rate.
Right.
And the smaller they are, probably the easier it is, because it
Well,
takes the least amount of willpower.
Yeah, it starts forming and you don't even realize it because you don't even feel like you're using your willpower. And so you have willpower in reserve. Even though it's really not. You're just...
Well, yeah, it just isn't even affected by that.
Yeah.
But I think realizing that you only have a tiny little allowance of willpower in a day, and that cannot change. Really. That's not the part that changes.
Right.
The part that changes is what is taking willpower. And that relates to how you're getting paid out, really. But new behaviors, and this goes for horses too, of course. New behaviors, you've got to work on them to get them to be part of that horse's mode of going. And it's the exact same for us. Now, the cool part about horses, one of the things I love about horses is they stack on behaviors super quickly. And so that's kind of cool because you can modify a horse's behavior way faster than we can modify our own.
Oh, absolutely. Horses catch on really fast.
Yeah.
So, and that's why it's fun to watch them, because they're so interesting because you can pick up so much so fast with a horse.
Really, they're an accelerated form of behavior modification, for sure.
Very interesting.
Yeah. Oh, and some of you guys have been asking me, look at her ears. Can
Yeah.
you see her ears are different sizes? Yeah. Look at that. So cute. A couple of you guys have been asking me for new books, and one of actually the one Beth and I read this a long time ago, but I would say I just remembered how important it is. The Kaizen Way. It's like it's green cover, has a little maze on it, bunch of different books about the Kaizen Way, but the little one with the green maze on it is
That's a good one.
An awesome, quick, easy read with this concept of habit stacking in it. Thin slicing,
Thin slicing.
which we do with horses and dogs and any other animal that we want to teach, because it's clear for them to understand as well.
Right. But that should be it for this week, because that's a lot of information.
We hope you guys are having an awesome week and have another awesome week going forwards.
Yeah, winter is for thinking. Feels like it. So we're thinking.
I'm all done.
Oh, jeez. Let's do some playing.
Yes, let's
Okay.
get out there and do some stuff now.
Yeah. All right, so that's it. From here, we'll be back here probably next week having more fun.
Absolutely.
All right. See you guys.
Bye.